Hey guys, it's Crystal. We are totally doing another live feed. For those of you that just tuned in and you're having deja vu, yes, we are going to give the same information again. We're going to see if the connection is a little bit better. It was lagging behind a little bit last time, and rewatching it was driving me crazy. It's like watching one of those videos, like a foreign film, where they've dubbed in the English words. I don't know about you, but I can't concentrate. That drives me crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started really quick for those of you that are trying to enjoy Easter weekend with your family, but you wanted to tune in to get some information about digital sorority packet. So I'm just going to jump right in and try and make this video a little bit shorter here. So for those of you that don't know me, which would be probably several of you, my name is Crystal Delahose. I live here in Texas. I am sitting here in my home right here. I'm a wife and mother of two girls. They're all over my walls. You can see right behind my head here. But I'm actually a local senior photographer. I'm 35 years old. So I went through, I'm an alum of Chi Omega, and I went through Rush several years ago. So this idea to start sorority packets really came from my clients. I exclusively photograph seniors, and I love involving mom as much as possible. So I've had several moms of seniors and seniors sitting right on the couch right behind me, looking at their portraits that we've taken, and we start to have discussions. And several of my girls I write riffs or letters of support for. And I just heard story after story of being super overwhelmed with the whole recruitment process. And so really this idea came from just wanting to help as much as possible through the process. So you guys, mothers and daughters out there, can enjoy coffee dates and not be putting recruitment packets together constantly. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump in really quick. I'm going to make sure that if other people are wanting to join in, they can before I get started. So let's hope that no one knocks on the door. My front door is kind of right behind me, and on Saturdays I get tons of neighborhood kids knocking on the door for the girls to play. So I put a big note over the doorbell. I just knew I was going to start doing a live feed, and of course my team totally talked me into doing this. I swore I would never be one of those people with the selfie cell phone doing live feeds, but here I am. So never say never in life, ever. Anyway, I have been having lots of phone conversations and emails with you guys from all over the country. It's amazing, actually, and connecting with several of you, and I'm hearing the same things over and over. And honestly, I don't always have time, especially during the busy spring season for my photography business, to have long conversations that I really want to have, because I really just want to help you guys. So I thought I jumped on board with this idea. I think it's really good. If you have questions while I'm talking, or if you're not watching this live and you're going to watch it later, please write comments so that the next time we do this, I can answer those questions specifically. That's kind of the purpose, so that I can reach more of you guys. So honestly, this is tripping me out too. I don't know if you guys have ever done a live feed, but it is totally not the reflection that you see in the mirror. So it's almost like I'm looking at my face backwards. So anyway, sorry, kind of random, but okay, let's get started. So the topic that I promised that I would talk about would be digital, the electronic submissions. So sometimes the word digital throws people off. So I want to talk about that really quickly. If you are unfamiliar with what a sorority packet is, please go to our website. It is sororitypackets.com. You can click on blog, or you can click on about, and under resources, we have lots of information there as well. So super quick overview. A sorority packet is basically a packet of information that you are giving to alum of the sororities that are at the university that you're attending. So if you're going through Rush and say there are 10 sororities at your university, you will want to find at least one alum per sorority to give your packet to. It's so that they can get to know more about you. They can see photos of you, and a lot of them will know you, of course, but they are going to either write a letter of support or a riff for you. And so I know that when several years ago, over a decade ago when I went through Rush, I had no idea. I was actually the first one in my family to go to college, let alone be a member of a sorority. And so hopefully you guys are not taking your headshots in front of the next door neighbor's crepe myrtle like I did. But so there is hope for you, I promise. If you don't know what you're doing, I'm here to really help. So that's what you'll do. You will want to find an alum per sorority that you're rushing. Ask her to please write a letter of support or a RIF. Really quick, an LOS, as it's often abbreviated, stands for letter of support. That is like a personal recommendation letter. I write these for a lot of the girls I photograph and a lot of girls in my community. So it is a personal letter saying, I think this person is amazing. Here are all the qualities that she displays that is reflective of our national sorority. And this is why I believe that we should give her a bid. That's a letter of support. A RIF stands for Recruitment Information Form. So it's a little more bland, but it's also really important. I know that I had no idea what this was when I went through, and I know several of you don't. So the RIFs can be either mailed or they can be done electronically through most sororities. Again, there are lots of sororities and they're all different. And several sororities have a requirement that they must have a RIF, which is kind of like a sponsorship from an alum before they can even give a girl a bid. And so I don't want to say that to scare you. I want to tell you to prepare you. It would be my suggestion to either ask all of the alum that you are, thanks, hi, it's fun to see people popping in. It would be my suggestion to either ask each alum to write a RIF and a letter of support if they have the time, or find the alum, if you're going to do multiple alum per sorority, or find the alum that maybe seems more knowledgeable, or that to make sure to get that RIF in. But even if you don't worry. Even though some sororities do require that sponsorship, just so you know, a current member can also write a RIF if while you're going through the recruitment process, they love you and they really want to give you a bid. If they don't have a RIF on file, it would just make things easier if they did. But if they don't and they really want you, then they will make that happen. So that is the difference between a RIF and a letter of support. I don't think my lip dubbing thing is any better this go round. So for the next live video, we will try and figure that out. Maybe it's not my connection or something. I'm not sure. So anyway, that's what that's about. Okay, for electronic submissions, we've had so many people ask us questions. To be honest, we were a little confused about it too, because there isn't a lot of information out there. So our first recommendation is, well, what is an electronic submission? Okay, so some sororities now are foregoing the snail mail, which is awesome. They're going green, and they actually want your information submitted electronically. And so it's really great for you to familiarize yourself with your specific university. You can do that by using Google, like we all use. Google your university, Google Penn Hellenic, and be sure that you are familiar with what each individual sorority with that specific chapter. So hopefully you understand that you have a national sorority, and if they have a presence on different university campuses, those are specific chapters. And so even within the national recommendation, specific chapters might have different requirements as well. So what that could look like is nationally, they say we want RIFs submitted electronically. However, at your specific university, that chapter I'm in Texas, y'all. Sometimes my little draw comes out. But that chapter may still want or prefer snail mail. So clear as mud, right? Okay, well, no need to worry. We really think that you guys should be knowledgeable and know what's going on at your university. However, ultimately, it really is the responsibility of the alum for whom you're asking for the letter of support or the RIF to kind of do their homework a little. It's super nice if you know as well, so you can help relay the information. But I know that when I get packets from girls, I always do my best to kind of research and make sure that I am doing what's best for them and what that specific chapter wants. So ultimately, this is information that we think that is helpful. However, it really is, and honestly, I'm here in Texas. I think I mentioned that. Dallas Penn Hellenic came out with information saying that ultimately they were trying to remove some of the burden off of the potential new members, which is you. PNM, you'll see that acronym a lot. That just means you're going through Rush. They put out information saying that it was the alum's responsibility to make sure that they knew. So for the electronic submissions, here is from our research, our advice. I'm going to make it super simple. Along with your printed packet that you are delivering to the alum to write your letter of support or your RIF, we are also suggesting that you follow up with an email with PDFs of your digital information. So what that will look like is in your packet, you will have your transcript, you'll have a cover letter that is to be addressed to the alum. It doesn't necessarily have to say her specific name. It can be a generic cover letter. Look, if you're sending out 50 or 60 of these things, you can absolutely have a generic cover letter and then use your thank you card to really personalize it for that alum. So you'll have your cover letter. It's not to be addressed to the sorority, but to the alum. We get that question a lot. Your resume, I already mentioned your transcripts and your pictures. So you will hand your packet. So we suggest that when you give your packet to your alum, that you also follow up with an email to her with PDFs of that stuff. And here's why. Because if that specific chapter requires electronic submission, she will log on and she will do the RIF for you and maybe attach her letter of support. And now we are finding that several of the sororities have additional places where you can attach documents. And so how great that she would then be able to attach a copy of your resume and also your pictures. So, you could be sure that your sorority is getting all of that information electronically and digitally. I mean, I just said the same thing. Oh, I need to sleep. Electronically and snail mail, printed. So that is our suggestion that you do both. I will say with a little caveat, if your alum, we've heard of some alum lately that don't want anything physical. That's fine. I mean, definitely listen. That means that she is knowledgeable and knows what she wants and knows what she's doing. If she says, please don't give me a physical packet, by all means, do not give her a physical packet. Just email her. And on the same flip side, if she says, I don't want anything electronically, then don't send it. If they don't have a preference, we would send both. And definitely do your research and make sure that you know which sororities need electronic submissions. And on that same token, from our research, Pi Beta Phi, from our research about a week ago, and who knows, things could change. So please do not, if this video, in a month from now, maybe this information will actually be dated. I'm not sure. But from our research just a week ago, Pi Beta Phi actually does not want anything electronic. They still want everything physical. So anyway, don't stress. Take a deep breath. Moms and daughters, I know so many moms out there are helping. That is my heart. I am a mother. You can see my little babies back there in the corner. And, granted, my oldest is only 10 and a half, but I know that I will be helping her through this process before I know it. So I know a lot of you guys are doing that as well. If you have questions, please comment on this video or send us an email at support@sororitypackets.com. You can reach us through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're all over the place. We kind of just started our social media presence. Also, if you are not a subscriber to our email, which is called Sorority Scoop, I highly, highly recommend that. It's all free information. We do our best to not send you fluff. We usually send it one email per week on Fridays. And it's time-sensitive information that you need going through the recruitment process. And we try and answer all of your questions. So if you are not a member of our Sorority Scoop, please go to sororitypackets.com and there is a place that says get the scoop and you just put your email address in. If at any time the information is not helpful, delete us. I get tons of information through my email as well. So I get that. But I really do think that it would be helpful for you. So I think that I covered what I needed to cover with the electronic submissions. Hopefully that helped. You do need to do your research to know which sororities, again, just to reiterate, our recommendation is to send each alum a digital version of your packet. And I should note that if you order a packet through sororitypackets.com, whether you have us print for you or not, as a side note, we highly recommend that you do have us print. Our print, we've heard from clients, which we actually weren't fully aware, but that we're actually very competitive and less expensive than several larger chains. So if you are planning to deliver printed packets, I highly recommend that you just have us do it so that when you get it in the mail, it's all ready to put together. We've also recently put in some new expedited shipping and rush options. We're trying our best to get these out as quickly as possible for you, with still maintaining our, high quality level. Our packets are beautiful, and we want to maintain that, but get them to you as quickly as possible. So anyway, if you are ordering your packet through sororitypackets.com, let us do the work for you. I suggest letting Jessica format your resume and do the whole thing. You guys can enjoy Easter weekend with your family and let us do the work and get this to you next week. So if you are doing that, you will also receive, so every single order, whether you print through us or not, you will receive an electronic version of all of your products. And so it's perfect for when you deliver those packets to your alum to also follow up with an email with the electronic submissions. And if you're one that does tons of research and you know that these specific sororities require electronic and these don't, then you don't have to send the alum for the ones that don't, the electronic versions. But to make it simple, I would just send both to everyone and try and do some of your homework. But ultimately, it's up to the alum to really figure out what her specific sorority requires. So I hope this was helpful information to you. I'm looking on my notes here to make sure I haven't missed anything. The only thing I wanted to mention is we are releasing our new summer 2017 collection. We have 4 new designs that will be live to buy on the website sometime today. So I have an amazing team of people. I do want to mention that as well. I am the face because I'm the founder and the owner. Even if I'm reluctant about it, I do not want all of the credit, and I don't pretend to be the complete expert on all things sorority recruitment. But I do want to mention that I have an amazing team behind me. My copywriter and marketing director, her name is Carly Kiker. She is an alum of Pepperdine, and she was the rush chair for her sorority there. So between the both of us, we really do try and give you the best information. So more than just a design company, we really are sorority specific, and we're here to help guide you and help you through the entire process. So you're getting a lot more than pretty packets when you choose to purchase your packets through us. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I've been going 18 minutes now. If you have other questions, please, just write them in the comment section. Send me an email and let us know what they are so we can answer those for you. You can also go to our website and find my phone number and call me. It's just getting harder to return phone calls lately, so that's why we want to do these live videos. So let me know what other questions you have. What's funny is the last time I did these, I got questions about just the most random things, like things about my home, or feel free to ask those. I'm an open book, so whatever question you have, even if it's not sorority related, just ask. We love to connect with you and know where you guys are coming from. So thank you so much for tuning in. We certainly appreciate it, and we hope that you have an amazing Easter. I am headed out to a movie now with my husband. The kiddos are at the grandparents. Yay! Let me know what we can do to help. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.